Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a really stunning granny square, and I'm going to use these three colors. This yarn is extremely thin. It's so thin it's like practically thread, honestly. So I'll show you how to make 3 strands from one cone, and yes, these are my 3 colors that I'm going to use. I think I'll start with the white. I'm also going to need a scissors. And then I'm also using a 2.5mm crochet hook, and you can have a sewing needle at the end if you want to fix everything. So what I'm going to do now is grab this thin yarn, and then I'm going to do sort of like an S shape like that, and then you grab the 3 pieces and you make a knot, which is your slip knot. So the first stitch basically for your crochet pattern, like that. Okay, next I'll just grab this yarn and put it on the side so it's not in your way. The next thing we're going to do is grab your yarn or your thin strand, and you're going to insert it in the middle of this loop. Okay, so we'll do it together like this, and just tug on it as much as you want, as much as possible, like that. And now, as you can see, we've got 3 strands again on for crocheting. Okay, so now we're going to start with the chain 5. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After we've got our chain 5, I'm going to insert my hook into the first chain that we made to make a circle. Okay, insert your hook in there and make a slip stitch like that. Okay, next we're going to make chain 1, which works as 1 single crochet. All right, next we're going to do 11 single crochets all the way around in the center of the circle. So we'll insert the hook in the center, grab the yarn, and this is our first single crochet. That's 2, 3, and I'm going to do this all the way around until I've got a total of 11 single crochets. I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I am now at the end of the first row. The next thing I will do is I'm going to insert my hook in the first stitch that we created, and I'm going to make a slip stitch like that. Next I'm going to do 5 chains. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, double single crochet, a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then you repeat this all the way around. You will make a chain 2, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, 1 double crochet all the way until we get to the other side. Now that we've completed this row, you're going to insert your hook at the top of the chain that you first made, and you make a slip stitch like that. Next you will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the next space which you got there, the chain 2 space, you will do 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3. Once that is done, you remove your hook from that loop, go to the start at the chain 3, at the top of chain 3, grab your loop and make a slip stitch like that. Okay, now you will chain 3, 1, 2, 3. In your next chain 2 space, you're going to make 4 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, release your hook from this loop, go to the top of your first double crochet, grab your loop and make a slip stitch to connect all 4 of the double crochets together. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to continue what I did in this space in each of the chain 2 spaces all the way around, which is a chain 3, and then you'll do 4 double crochets, and then you join them together, chain 3, 4 double crochets in the next space all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I am now done with the end of this row. So as you can see, I have 3 chains there. Next, I'm going to insert my hook at the top of this bunch of double crochets, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, this is the end of this color that we're using, so I'm going to cut it off like that. And then I'm just going to make a slip stitch to secure this loop. Like that. Try and tug on it as tightly as you can. Next, I'm going to use the purple yarn. So I grab the purple. I'm going to insert my hook in one of the chain 3 spaces. Pull my purple yarn through. Make 1 chain to secure it, like that. And then I'm going to do 3 single crochets in the same chain space where I've got my 1 chain. Okay, so I'll go in there. That's 1 single crochet, 2, and 3. So the chain 1 that we made in the start was working as one of our single crochets. Next, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to make 4 single crochets in this chain 3 space. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do 4 single crochets in that chain 3 space, chain 3, 4 single crochets in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, all the way around. I'll meet you at the other side once I'm done with this row. Okay, we have now reached the end of this row and we've got our chain 3 there on the hook. I'm going to insert it at the bottom of the start of our row and make a slip stitch like that. Next, I'm going to do some slip stitches until I reach this next chain 3 space. Okay, now I will do chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This chain 3 represents one double crochet. I'm going to do 3 more double crochets in this chain 3 space. So that's 1, 2, 3. Next, I'm going to go to the top of my chain 3, the first chain 3 that I made, and then I'm going to grab this loop and slip it through like a slip stitch. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the same chain 3 space we're going to do 4 double crochets and then we're going to join them together like what we did here. Okay, so that's 1 double crochet, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to join them. So we're going to go to the first double crochet we made, grab your loop and pull it through. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to go to the next chain space that we have, which is here, and we're going to do 4 double crochets, connect them together. Then we will do a chain 3 and then another 4 double crochets in the same spot, chain 3. Then we'll move to the next chain and we're going to do that all the way across. I'll show you one more time in the next chain space, and after that I'll continue off camera until the beginning of our row. Okay, so in this chain space we will do first 4 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to join them together like that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. In the same chain space we're going to do another cluster of 4 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to join them from the first of the 4 to the 4th one, all together like that. So as you can see, in each of these chain spaces we're going to have 2 double crochet clusters and a chain 3 and then chain 3 in between all the way around. So all the chains are 3 chains, and make sure that in each of these chain spaces of the previous row you've got 2 of these in each of them. I'll meet you at the end. So next you will chain 3 and then you're going to start the doubles. Okay, we're now at the end of this round. What we're going to do now is make a slip stitch at the top of the beginning of your row, like that. We're also going to fasten off and change to a new color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip off the thread, grab the yarn and pull through to make a slip stitch, and secure it as tightly as you can like that. Okay, next up I want to use the pink yarn. I think that'll look really pretty. So I'd like to secure the pink yarn in between any of the double clusters that we've got. So in one of these spaces, any one of these spaces. Okay, so I think I'll choose this space. Next, I'm going to grab my pink yarn, or whatever color yarn you decide that you want. Pull it through with your hook. Okay, and now we're going to make a chain 4. And this chain 4 is going to act as a treble crochet. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in the same space we're going to do another 3 treble crochets. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Okay, this is now the second treble crochet we were about to do. Two. Now we're on the third one. Okay, including the chain 4 space that we made, you can say we now have 4 treble crochets. Now you're going to insert your hook at the top of that chain 4 space that we made in the beginning, and then you're going to slip your loop through to cluster them together like that. Okay, so this section that I'm showing you now is forming a corner. So this will be one of the corners that's going to start creating our square. Next, you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in this same space, we're going to do 4 treble crochets. Okay, so that's 1 treble. Now we will start our second treble. Okay, now we're on our third treble. And then the last treble, which is the fourth treble in the same space. Okay, now we're going to go to our first of the 4 trebles, insert your hook and then pull this loop through to cluster them all together like that. So now if you'll see here, this is our little corner. Okay, next you will chain 2, 1, 2, and then in the next chain space, which is this one, we will make 4 double crochets and then cluster them together. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we'll go and insert our hook in the first double crochet and then slip this through to cluster them together. Then you will chain 2, 1, 2. In the next chain space we're going to do 3 double crochets. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, chain 1. In the next space, chain space, we're going to do 3 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, chain 1. In the next chain space you're going to do 3 half double crochets. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to do 2 chains, 1, 2. In the next chain space we're doing 4 double crochet cluster. Okay, so that's 1. Now we're on the second one, 2 double crochets, and then 3. Now the fourth one. Get your hook out of there, go to the first double crochet, insert your loop again and make a slip stitch that side. I just want to chop off this excess yarn that we have here. Okay, and then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, so as you can see, this is our first corner. In the next chain space we're about to do our next corner. So what you're going to do from now onwards is you're going to repeat from this side all the way to there, all around until you reach this side. Okay, I'm now at the end of the row, and as you can see, this has formed a little square. Next I'm going to make a slip stitch at the top of the beginning of the first row, like this. And then I'm going to cut off my extra yarn, and I'm going to secure the thread through the loop like that. And this is the end of our granny square pattern. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I think it looks beautiful. You can use any colors you decide, and let me know what you think. I'd really love to see comments from you on what projects you'll be making with this pattern, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a super amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.